and this question was the fourth one, right? Or the fourth question in mathematics paper 2, and this is 2025 school certificate exam, right? I want you to pay particular attention on how we are going to solve this question, right? This question is very, very, very important. And in fact, these are the kind of questions which you are supposed to concentrate on, because what you need to understand is that always this question is there in mathematics paper 2 and it carries 5 marks. So I really want you to get the concepts that I'm going to explain, and make sure that you put a like on the video, as well as sharing to your friends, so that they can also enjoy this video. All right, let us look at this question. By the way, don't forget to subscribe. Okay, we'll be having live sessions solving some questions, key questions, so that you are prepared for the 2026 exams. Okay, we are preparing those who will be writing the 2026 exams, those who will be writing the GCE, as well as the school certificate. Okay, and in fact, in case you want to reach out to us, this is the number 0976 97 58 98. We conduct online tuitions for mathematics, biology, English language, as well as RE 2046. Okay, let's solve this question. Here the question. Okay, and the question reads: a certain school, okay, offers French. Number one, we have French, Chinese, and Japanese classes. I want you to take note of what you've been taught here. We have this school which actually offers French, number one, Chinese, number two, and Japanese, right? But now, let's go to the question. What have we been taught? A group of students was asked, right? Was asked which language they had studied. And so, we are taught to say the following Venn diagram shows the results. So this diagram, all right, as you can see, this Venn diagram is showing us the result of the languages the students actually were taking, okay? The languages which these students were taking. I want you to pay particular attention. There are some concepts which I want you to understand, right? There are some concepts which I want to explain, which of course I want you to understand. So number one, as you can see, we have French, okay? And this is the Venn diagram for French, right? We have Chinese, and this is the Venn diagram for Chinese. We have Japanese, and this is the Venn diagram for Japanese. I hope you are able to see. Okay, please confirm with me if you're able to see. Just tell me in the comment section so that I know that you are able to see clearly. Let's now go to the first question so that we see what they are asking about. Okay. This is the question where they are asking us how many students studied, number one, at least. Okay, at least. I want you to take note of this. We have this term, at least, right? At least one language. At least one language. Okay, let's see the second question. Please, I want you to pay particular attention to these terms. I'm telling you, these questions are very, very, very important. And in fact, some of these terms are very much useful, even when we're talking about linear programming. So I want you to get what, all right. I can see given Sonda. Okay, let's do this so that you are able to see clearly. Please let me know if you're now able to see. Right? Let me know if you're now able to see. So the first question is asking us to tell the number of students, right? The number of students who studied at least one language. Okay? And then the second question, we are told to give the number of students who studied French or Chinese but not Japanese. Okay? I want you to take note of this. French, okay, or Chinese but not, okay, but not Japanese, right? And then the third question, we've been taught to actually give the number of students who studied one of the languages only. I want you to take note of that point. I want you to take note of that point. Okay, given, are you able to see now? Are you able to see now? Kindly let me know so that we proceed. The last question, we are told to give the number of students, okay, who studied neither French, Chinese, nor Japanese. Are you able to see what the question is talking about? The last question is asking us to actually give the number of students who studied neither French, neither, this is English language, okay, neither French, Chinese, nor Japanese. How do we go about this question? That is what I want you to understand. Let me now solve this question. I want you, if at all you can get a book so that you can start writing, taking note of everything that I'm going to explain. Please do that. Get the book and then start writing, right? We have French, okay? And remember the first question, they have asked us to actually find the number of students who studied at least one language, So the only key concept here, the only key term which was here is this term, at least, right? And from today, I want you to understand to say it is wrong, right? It is wrong when somebody asks you to say, how are you feeling? It is wrong to say at least. It is very, very, very much wrong. Why is it wrong? When you talk of at least, what I want you to understand is that when you talk of at least means what you've been taught or more than. Let me give you an example. Maybe someone tells you to say, go and call, all right? Go and call at least 5 boys. Go and call at least 5 boys. What does that mean? That means to say you are supposed to call 5 boys, but you can call more than 5 boys, okay? This 5 is the minimum number, right? Meaning you are not supposed to call 4 boys, 3 boys, or less than that. Why? Because they have said at least. When they say at least, they are saying 5 or more than 5. Are you getting it? Very, very, very important. When they say at least, they are saying that particular number or more than that, right? And so what they are asking us is to give the number of students who studied at least one subject. And so what you're supposed to know here is that you're supposed to give the number of students who studied at least. When they say at least, meaning one or more than that. One or more than one, right? And so here, what you're supposed to do, you're supposed to add, right, all the numbers in these sets. All the numbers in these sets. Why? Because these numbers are in these sets, showing us this number of students who studied French for this one, and then for this one, who studied Chinese, and then for this one, who studied what? Who studied Japanese. And so we are going to add, since they have said at least, it means we have one or more than one. We are going to add everything in the what? In the Venn diagram. Except, I want you to consider this, right? We have this number, which is right over here. Okay? We have this number, which is right over here, which is 15. I hope you are able to see that 15, right? So, when they say at least, we are talking about students who are in these circles. Why? Because these are the circles which are showing us students who are studying at least a certain subject, right? And so we are not supposed to include this because these are the number of students. Always when you see a number here, right? When you see a number outside these circles, just know that these numbers, okay, just know that that number which you are seeing is the number of students or whatever, okay, the number of people who didn't take part in any of the activities which were actually being done at that particular event, right? And so this 15 is not going to be included. I want you to follow me closely. Please let me know if you are now able to follow. Are you now able to follow so that we solve the first question? Those who are able to follow, please let me know in the comment section. And those who can't see anything, let me know in the comment section, right? Let us solve the first question. When they say at least, we are supposed to add everything. Why? Because at least means one or more than that. And so to solve this question, we are going to get this 23, okay, plus this 20, right, plus this 5, plus this 3, plus this 10, plus this 7, and finally we have this 32, right? Why are we adding everything? Because we are actually finding the number of students who studied at least one or more than one, right? And these are the students. And so try to punch on your calculator. Let us try to punch on the calculator. We have 23 plus 20 plus 5 plus 3 plus 10 plus 7 plus 32. This actually must give you 100 students. Right? This is the first answer, right, for the first question. Let's go to the second question, where we are taught to actually give the number of students who studied French or Chinese but not Japanese, right? French or Chinese but not what? Japanese. I want you to consider this question and I want you to understand, please. I really want you to understand. This question was very, very much interesting. In fact, these are some of the concepts which you need to be familiar with, okay? Please let me know if you are able to see what we are solving. We've been taught to give the number of students who studied French or Japanese but not, French or Chinese but not what? But not Japanese. All right. So here we have excluded what? Japanese. And so to solve this question, what you're supposed to do is that always you're supposed to circle that set which has been excluded. In this case, we have Japanese. And so after you've circled that circle, or rather that set, please make sure that you cancel everything that is in that particular set. Are you seeing? Very, 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 very important. Because they are asking us to give the number of students who studied French or Chinese, right? But not Japanese. So you can see to say there are some numbers. Let me just show you. There are some numbers which are here, all right? There are some numbers which are here. We have this 3, we have this 5, we have this 7. This 3 is in all the sets, right? This 5 is in French as well as in Chinese. This 7 right over here is in Chinese. This 5 is in French as well as Japanese, right? And then this 7 right over here is in Chinese as well as what? Japanese. But now what I want you to consider is that they have excluded what? Japanese. And so what we do is that we prioritize the exclude. You circle the exclude, right? Despite these numbers 7, 3, and 5 being in these other sets, please, so long as they have excluded that particular set, just cancel everything that is in that particular set, right? And then after you've cancelled, then now or Japanese, I mean Chinese, French or Chinese, meaning we can give the number of students who studied French or Japanese. Are you seeing? We add French and Japanese, or we can say French or Japanese, or rather Chinese, right? French or Chinese. And so since we've excluded Japanese, we are just going to add these numbers which we've remained with. And so the answer to this question, are going to add 23 plus 20, okay, 23, which is right over here, plus 20 plus 32, okay. And the answer which we're having here, when you add this, okay, that is of course, okay, right, that is 55, okay. And then when you add 55 plus this 20, we're having 75 students, okay. And that was the answer for this question. All right, let's do the last question. In fact, the question before the last one. What is the question asking us? Let me just clear the board. What is the question asking us? Let's consider the question. They are saying, how many students, right, studied one of the languages only? One of the languages only. When you just hear one of the languages only, we are talking about these students who are just occupying one type of language, in this case French. These who are just occupying one type of language, which is in this case Chinese, and this, in this case Japanese, right? I want you to get those points. They haven't specified to say one of, or rather, they haven't said to say French only. If they said how many students studied French only, who would have actually gotten this 23. If they said how many students studied Chinese only, or rather only, who would have actually gotten this 32. If they said how many students studied Japanese, would have gotten this 10. But they haven't specified. They've just said those students who studied one of the languages only. And so since they haven't specified, we are going to add these, those, and these. And so the answer to this question, we are going to have our 23, okay, plus this 32, and finally we have this 10. And when you add this, you're getting 65 students, right? And then the last question, where we've been told to say how many students studied neither French, Chinese, nor Japanese. They are asking us the number of students who didn't study any of these subjects, that is in other term, right? And always we find those students or any group of people who didn't do anything, who didn't take part in any activity that actually was taking place on that particular event. We find those students in the university set here. Whenever you just see the numbers here, those are the numbers which we get. These numbers show us to say these people are here, didn't take part in any of the activities. And so the answer to this question, the last question, the number of students who studied neither French, Chinese, nor Japanese are 15 students. Our 15, right? 15 students. And we are done with the question. All right, thank you very much. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel and let me know if maybe you have a question in the comment section. Please, you are free to ask in the comment section, and let me know if this video actually has helped you. Put a like and a comment, and don't forget that even tomorrow, or rather every day except Friday, every day at 21 hours, we'll be having live sessions. And so subscribe to the channel so that you can be able to be following all the sessions that you're going to be having. Thank you. God be with you. God bless you. Don't forget to text us for online tuitions. The number is 0976 97 58 98. This is the number, right? We do online tuitions for mathematics, biology, English language, as well as RE 2046. God bless you. God be with you. Thank you. All the best.